Hey guys, so I'm back today and I wanted to film a review video, and it's on a new foundation. I thought this might be a bit of a different video for me to film, so it's a new year, new videos. Anyway, so the product that I'm going to be reviewing is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I found this in Ulta about, I believe, a week or two ago, and I just picked it up and thought, you know what, it might be a good idea to review this, let you guys know my thoughts on it, because I do like matte foundations and I have a lot of experience with a lot of high-end foundations. So I wanted to basically review this and show you guys how this compares. So I'm just going to show you a demo and then I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. So I'm going to use the, again, Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation, and the color I'm using is in 220 Natural Beige, and I'm using my damp beauty blender in order to apply this foundation to my skin. So I want you guys to kind of see the overall effect that it has on me. So the downside obviously is that it doesn't have a pump, so you gotta twist off, and I just pour it out on the back of my hand, so like this. Hopefully it's not too much product. So I'm just pouring that in the back of my hand, stippling my beauty blender in, and then I'm just stippling this onto my face, starting in the center area of my face, and then I go outward. That's how I always apply my foundation, and I always apply my foundation with a beauty blender, so that's why I chose to use this instead of a brush. I just prefer the beauty blender better. That's just my personal preference, and anyone that has ever tried the beauty blender usually sticks with it. So that wasn't enough, so I'm going to pour a little bit more on the back of my hand for the rest of my face. Whoa, too much. That's the problem with pumps, you just pour way too much sometimes. I mean with foundations that don't have a pump. So I'm just going to apply this to the rest of my face. Down my nose, around my chin, and you want to get this under the chin area, obviously. So you want everything to blend in seamlessly. You don't want any harsh lines with your foundation ever. That's like the worst thing you can possibly do, is have really intense lines that can tell you have foundation on. So I just want to make sure I get near my ear area. You always just want to make sure you're getting every single nook and cranny. That way no one can really point out that, hey, you missed this foundation spot. I'm just checking my mirror in front of me, making sure I did not miss any spots. And that's it basically. So I completely put on the foundation, and as you can see, it covers very well. It does have a matte finish, so not too much sheen on my skin, which I do like. I have been a little into spraying my skin with like Fix Plus or that dewy finish spray from NYX, just to give my skin a little bit more life. That way it's not so flat, especially in the wintertime. But yeah, so I'll get back to you guys in a second with the rest of the review. So I wanted to give you my final thoughts on the foundation, on the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I think this is a great matte foundation. I do have a lot of experience with higher end products, higher end matte foundations specifically. And this one is for normal to oily skin. I wouldn't use this if you had really dry skin. I think this will look really patchy. Right now, unfortunately, I've been experiencing a bit of dryness at the bottom, like my chin area, just because it has been like 15 degrees in New York City. Let's get real, my skin has been having some problems. but I do think that this will fit a lot of people that have normal to oily skin. I tend to have oily skin, which is why I prefer matte foundations. I think this is great. I think they have a ton of colors in this range, so you can kind of find your perfect match with this foundation. I used to use the Maybelline Fit Me, the regular one, and I just thought it was a little bit, it would make my skin very oily, so I'm glad that they made a matte finish of this foundation. Now, the notes on the back, it says it's from normal to oily skin. It mattifies and refines pores, matches your natural tone, and it gives you a natural and seamless finish. I do think that it gives you a natural finish. I don't think I look cakey at all. I think that my skin looks great. My blush blended well on top of it, which can tell you that you usually wearing a good foundation or not. I just think this is a great product overall. I think the price is great. I think I got this around $8 at the drugstore, which is very inexpensive, maybe even less, I'm not sure. I purchased mine at Ulta, and again I used the color 220 Natural Beige, and they just have a very great color selection. I think that a lot of people would like this foundation. I wish that it had a pump. That's unfortunate, but a lot of drugstore foundations don't have one. So that's really not necessarily a downside, because a lot of drugstore foundations don't have one. So it's kind of like, I wish they just would spend the extra bucks and throw a pump in there. I'd probably spend a little more, like $11, $12 on it. But I wouldn't really care, just as long as it has a pump, because as you can see when I was pouring it on my hand, it was kind of, you know, messy and stuff like that. And it's not a very runny foundation, I will say that. It's a bit more on the thicker end of sides, but it doesn't look cakey, and it dried very quickly, so I don't feel like any stickiness on my skin, so that's a plus. Yeah. So if you want to check out this foundation, I will link where you can find this down below. I found mine at Ulta again, and I will give you a link so you can purchase this if you'd like. And I hope you guys enjoy these reviews. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you would like me to review any other products that are maybe in the drugstore or in like Sephora, high-end boutiques, whatever, please leave that in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye!